سخنران بعدی ما خانم مریم موازنزاده هستند. Greetings to all of you, friends, and I'm grateful for having this time. Allow me to summarize and say that the Islamic Republic of Iran is after the violation of human rights. This is a very brief way of putting it together, and I can just say this. The Islamic Republic of Iran has shown itself and its intentions within the past years. We have 25 conventions that are related to human rights. The government of the Islamic Republic of Iran has only adhered to 10 of these conventions. And I would like to mention two conventions. One has to do with the children's rights and the rights of refugees. The others that the government adhered to, for example, the Convention Against Discrimination Towards Women and the Convention Against Torture, the government has adhered to it, but with certain conditions. And what happens is that when it comes to the Guardians Council, they object to the government adhering to it, and so it's vetoed. And so the Guardian Council and also the representative or the ambassador of the Iranian government to the UN, they say that our laws, your laws or your conventions are against the laws that we have in Iran, and our laws in Iran are based on Sharia, on the interpretation of the religion. And so when we look at the constitution of the Islamic Republic of Iran, we see how, in many different ways, the government itself does not respect its own constitution. But when we look at the constitution itself, and we see how the constitution itself and the laws that are in our constitution are against human rights principles. Then there is a contradiction here, because the Islamic Republic of Iran, it has adhered to the International Declaration of Human Rights, and so it has to basically respect it. And as you know, part of the declaration says that this declaration is more important than the national laws of the country. But the government of Iran does not respect and follow that. I can just mention a few examples of this violation of human rights. We don't have much time here. We can talk about the child executions in Iran and the children who are imprisoned and they wait until they are old enough to be executed, and also the detention and the torture of people because of their belief. The freedom of religion, freedom of expression, and we've heard many news related to that, and we've heard and read many news and reports, and we can see that freedom of religion expression is very, very limited in our country. And according to the reports that were sent to our organization, there is absolutely no freedom whatsoever for any kind of gathering or assembly of people. For our group, Mr. Boujadi, as you know, we've had many assemblies and many gatherings. All his assemblies and gatherings are forbidden and are banned. Everyone who participated in these assemblies, they have committed to not to attend or to have these assemblies again. They have given us lists of people who were actually detained because they participated in these gatherings of the Sunni groups in Iran. We have also the Baha'is who are not allowed to have their meeting, and their freedom is limited. And you can read and hear about this in the news. Darawish Ghanabadi, the dervishes, they are also detained and arrested. And so we can see this is the situation when it comes to the freedom of religion. And so the thing that about death penalty or the executions in Iran or torture in Iran, what we have to say is that they have chosen they use Islam as a tool to put pressure on the people themselves, and this is something that the government itself does not respect and does not do. When we look at the government and they say that this government is based on the Islamic laws and Islam's principles, then what they say that, well, we don't have to, we are not obliged to adhere to human rights laws because we are an Islamic country, and the constitution itself should change if we want to respect human rights. As I've said, and you've seen in the pictures here, we've had a great number of arrests of religious leaders, of religious followers, and people who are imprisoned, or people who just spread or talked about their own beliefs. They are being arrested and they are completing now their sentence in prison. Some of them were sentenced to death. And we have many people who are from the Sunni group in Iran who are basically treated as if they committed a crime. About Mr. Bourjerdi, I can talk about our own case and our group and our own case. From the last meeting I had with you, and I shared some news with you, as I said, Mr. Bourjerdi's case, he has a very, very terrible health condition right now. He has a problem in breathing, and his situation, his medical situation is terrible. He is not allowed to get any medical assistance, and after doing some follow-up work, Amnesty International has declared the situation of Mr. Bourjerdi as an urgent case, and 5 people from the special UN human rights reporter, they were asking that Mr. Bourjerdi should be freed because of his health conditions, and we had different representatives who have gone to the Red Cross, and they've asked that he would be assisted, but unfortunately nothing has changed. Only two cases we had that was actually a role play. They played this and they just recorded someone who was wearing a white robe, say was a doctor, for example, and they recorded that and they showed that, you see, Mr. Bourjerdi is getting medical assistance. And in the second case, he was filmed and he was taken to a special court, religious court. He was put under pressure from the morning until sunset, and he was obliged to write down and say that I am okay, I don't need any medical assistance. His cell is being observed he's been monitored through these cameras that are put in his prison cell, and he's been filmed continuously. And obviously he feels terrible because he don't feel that his basic human rights as a prisoner is being respected. Also, the reports that were shared through our site, and we've shared it about the situation of other prisoners and the prisoners of Rajai Shahr and the prisoners in Karaj and other prisoners who are in desperate need for medical assistance. And many prisoners have actually signed this petition, and I would put these report, I would give it to the respectful coordinator of this gathering. I would like to conclude by saying that the Islamic Republic of Iran's official continues with their violation of human rights. Thank you so much, Mr. Moazenzadeh. And as I said from the very beginning, as some of you were not here, we will talk about the freedom of expression, the freedom for assembly, and as you know, a special report is being shared at the Human Rights Council today, and we are here to listen to the trade unions. We started with them. As you know, that the first 3 days of Human Rights Council, and also the last day of the meeting of the International Labour Organization, our